Hello, welcome to Dee's Veggie-tale, which is a vegetarian cooking channel. My name is Deidre, and if this is your first time joining me here on this channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a dish which is a take on orange chicken. This is an orange chicken made from tofu. So stay tuned. Now this is a method I wanted to try. I saw this online from an Asian woman who was cooking tofu, and this is a method that her mother taught her. Boiling 4 cups of water and then placing the whole block of tofu like that in the boiling water. And I'm going to turn this down just a little bit to let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Well, it looks like the 10 minutes is up. Now I'm going to take this to the sink and I'll rinse it and cool it off with cold water. Now here I'm going to just lightly pat it dry. They do it because they say it takes the water out, the excess water out, and it gets the salt in. Alright, so now I'm going to just break it in chunks. You can cut it in cubes if you like, but I'm just going to break this in little chunks. I got this block of tofu from my local grocery, but I mainly get a lot of my tofu from the Asian market. When you bring it home, you can just put it in the freezer, and when you're ready to use it, you can let it thaw out. I just want to see how this method works with the boiling. I do have a tofu presser. So if you have a tofu presser, you can skip the step of boiling it. Look how it just really makes it more meatier. I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of grapeseed oil. You can use vegetable oil if you like. You can get these bites coated real good with the vegetable oil. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it in the oven. Make sure your oven is preheated to 425. And I'm going to let it cook for about 25 minutes to really get it crispy. Now I'm going to place 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And you're just going to stir it to kind of get every bite coated with the cornstarch. Get them tossed in there with that cornstarch because it helps to crisp it up when it cooks in the oven. Alright, I'm going to place this on the sheet lined with parchment paper. I like to use the brown parchment paper because it's unbleached. And I'm going to put this in the oven, a preheated oven of 425, and let it cook for about 25 minutes. Halfway through, I'm going to flip it over and let the other side cook. Alright, while the tofu is cooking in the oven, I'm going to mince up some garlic cloves. You need about 3 garlic cloves. If you're using minced garlic already minced in the jar, probably about a teaspoon and a half. Also, I'm going to cut up some green onions. Some may call them scallions. And this is just for garnishment. let's do these green onions here. I'll cut off these ends here. I hear my timer going off, which let me know I'm gonna have to flip the tofu. All right, I'm here. Just started zesting the outside peeling of this orange. And what you're gonna do, you're just gonna get the outside of it. You don't want too much of the white part because it's a little bitter. But I'm just kind of shaving up some orange peeling zest. And you need about a teaspoon of it. And here you have it, some orange zest. Okay, I'm mixing up, making the orange sauce here, getting the ingredients ready. I got 2 tablespoons of water in here, and I'm just gonna put 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in here. I'm just gonna mix this up to make a slurry. This will just help to thicken the sauce. And I'll set this to the side. Okay, I'm getting ready to make the orange sauce and add all the ingredients to a large skillet. First, I'm going to add the half a cup of orange juice, 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, the orange zest, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, or if you're using cane sugar, you can use 2 tablespoons. Garlic, 3 cloves of garlic, minced. This here is a half a teaspoon of minced ginger. Or if you want to use fresh ginger, you can just mince it. 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. Mix this up over a medium-low heat and bring it to a boil. All right, I'm gonna add the slurry that I made up with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. And this here is just to thicken it. I'm doing this on a medium-low heat. I let it boil for 2 minutes before I add the slurry into it. Now I'm gonna add the chicken, or rather the tofu, and just toss it in this sauce. I'm going to toss a little bit of the green onions over it. This is just optional, it's just for garnishment. And I'm going to come back and plate it with some white rice. All right, we have finished the orange chicken made with tofu. I always say the best part of cooking is tasting. It looks pretty good. Let's take a taste of it. I tell you, you have to try this recipe. This tofu chicken, it really tastes like chicken. Thank you for joining me on today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Until next time, bye bye.